Hey everyone, this video I'm going to talk about Sniper 3 Ghost Warrior. I'm going to talk about a new strategy I have. If you're a veteran, you'll probably won't need to watch this as much, but this is kind of what I've figured out. When you first start the game, you're probably just going to go through the prologue. You'll probably go through the Act 1 until you're finished with Flying Sparks. Then right away you go to meet the team. Now this is a pivotal part in the game, at least for weapons, because it will, once you go to meet the team, you go to the village. And there's some interesting things you can get. But before you do that, you need to probably have a strategy of, at least for me, before I started, I guess you have to start it'll make you start, I think, the plant C4, exfiltration, enter the room. You know, you'll have to go through that. There's no way you can just kind of go on your own. I think that's only when you get to Act 1. So once you get to Act 1, my strategy that I did was, well, this is the village. So let's go to the mining town, which you start out. Oops. Okay. A lot of this is having enough money and bullets and raw sources to get through the game. Now you can see I still have some relics and collectibles I can still get. I left those because they were either part of a mission, but I got everything else. As you can see, there's not too many question mark things left in this one. All the ones left are either part of missions, or I think the one up here might have to do with, or here somewhere. No, it's this one. This one, you need the hacking thing in your drone, and I only got that in Act 1 a ways down. So I went to everyone I could get, all the collectibles, because your weapons are pretty much going to go at a snail's pace. You know, you'll have your XM215. I think I used pretty much all through there. So you know that doesn't have a tripod or anything, bolt action. But once you get to the semi-automatic, that's kind of nice to have the ability, if you miss, to try it again real quick. But my goal is to get the Vicop. And also you can get some one of my favorites, the FM3000UM, and I'll have a video of that, a link to the video for that later on. But first, you'll notice and I think this is in a tower, and you can go look this up online. I don't think I'll make a video of it. You can just take down recurve bow. You can get that in the mining town, and that was really fun to use because it's got a lot of damage to it. There's not a lot of when you're going through those individual relics or points of interest. You know, they'll have just a handful of soldiers, so that it was kind of nice to use the recurve or take down recurve bow and the compound bow. So once I restarted, I went through the whole game. Then I started getting into learning about how to play the game, because I did it all wrong. I just rushed through it. The version I have, it's a season pass edition. It's got a promo code that ends 2019 12/31 or December 31st, and it gets you the tactical buggy, this bow, compound bow, and an extra side mission, Lydia's Escape, which I haven't played yet. So the sidearm I've carried through the whole game. Once I got it, it was Wagram 21, and I pretty much stick with that through the whole game. So I've got my sidearm that I want for the whole game. I use the compound bow on the little side missions, just because I want a different, push myself a little bit. Oh, and I've got this game on the hard or the middle. It's not the easy, it's the middle one. It's not the super hard, not the expert or advanced. And these guys, the enemies, are harder to take down. They're a little sharper. So I've died several times, and since I've done all these, you'd think it got easier. But so once you replay this, you have to kind of go back to the real cautious person that you started out to be, because I've got medium armor now, and having the heavy armor really lets you do the warrior thing, but not so much when you're first starting out. So I died plenty of times. So that's the strategy, is to get money, do the side little question mark points of interest thing first. Once I did the mining town, then, and all the rest of them were, like I said, all the rest of them here. Oh, this is the village. Let me go to the mining town. No, I had it right the first time. Once I've got to avoid these because I kind of want to save it for all the missions and side missions I have to go through. So take a look at that. Go to the ones that, probably over on this side is probably good. All right. Now, once you get to Act 1, like I said, meet the team, then the village opens up. Now, with the village opening up, you have, okay, the first things I didn't do any of the missions yet. I got out on my own, and I got the AK-47 Collimator scope in the village. And let me see, that one's at the top of the windmill. So I think it'd be, right here. So I think you get right down here. I think there's an actual road. You can go all the way to this windmill, but it doesn't show it on this map. But it's located at the top of the windmill. So I got that, and that's a lot handier to have a scope on your AK-47 for me. If you don't want it, that's fine. But I think you'll want to get this next one, is the drum mag for the AK-47. So I'm trying to beef up my my AK-47 as much as I can. So, all right, where is it? Okay, I think since I've already got it, it's missing. So I think it's located right here. And this is, I forget what village this is. But I'll zoom out a little bit here. It's located right about there. That's the drum mag will be in there. So that'll help so you don't have to stop and reload. That's killed me a couple times. Since I've gone through it, I just accept the drum mag there. Once I went back, I was going after a couple enemies, and I ran out of weapons or ammo, and it got me several times until I had to get through my head. So then, and I've got a video for that too. So it should be down in the description, or I'll have it in the video. So, okay, I got the drum mag. Okay, the next one, once you get that, I need something for my sniper rifle, like a good repeatable weapon, and I chose the Vicop. And you can get this at the village too. The fire rate is a little slow, but I got a good scope later on. But the integral suppressor makes it so I don't have to worry about the suppressor going bad and sounding, pinpointing my position, I should say. So I did a video on how to get that. You go to the rocket base. So go to the village, and here's the rocket base. And it's located right there. And now what I did was I did an off the book mission. And what I did was, right as the village opened up, this is where I went. You go up. There's a mission. I think there's Georgians to be released, or no. This is an actual mission. When you have to come up behind some dude and interrogate him. But what I did was I went around the compound, found a little ditch-looking thing, and then there's a long drop, several hundred feet drop, and you have to do it just right, and I made a video of it. But I didn't take any damage. If you do it right, you won't take any damage. There's an easy access port, sewer drains. It'll take you all the way around right to about here. That way you can snipe a couple dudes, and that's where the FM-3000 UM, one of the guards has that. And though that weapon you can only take off of a dead enemy. So the drum mag and the collimator scope I just got, I can bypass that and get, well, actually that's a sniper rifle. So I can, this is a secondary weapon, the AK-47, all that stuff I upgraded. I can bypass that because this FM-3000 is much more, well, it's a belt fed. It's got a suppressor on it. And that is my weapon of choice in the very first go through. I found that was the most deadly, especially when it came to shooting wolves. Because the wolves have killed me several times, and the repeatability and not having to, 250 rounds at your disposal is kind of nice. So you have to kill the two guys in front. There's a third guy in there. Sometimes he's gone, sometimes he's there. Kill him. You go up the elevator, and then in there you'll get a Russian scope. This is going to be necessary for your Vicop sniper rifle to really be effective with the tripod and everything. It's the Russian 6x12x24. So you get that in you have the main complex or the main computer room, and then off to the side, I think off to the left, there's a room, and that's where that scope will be. Grab the scope. Now, I think you can kind of come around here. If you come around the front, then you can go in the back here and make it up to the top and then climb over the wall. That is one of the only ways to get out of there, except the one way I recorded was once you went through, got the scope, basically you would go through the sewer drains again, come out where you came, then you'd come around the back, and then I think you have to come around the front here. So you got to really sneak around. You'll have to maybe crawl or crouch, but it can be done fairly easily. You got to run and go around the corner here. If you play it right, you'll have to get the sniper up on top of here. Probably the same time you kill, or probably before the two guards at this facility, so you'll have to find them up here. That'll be a tough shot. I think I used the Vicop in the video, but I don't think I used the tripod. So it's a pretty long shot, but I got it in the crouching position. But anyway, so if you're here, once you get to about the guard shack, I think it's right about there. It's that little box there. That's the guard shack. You'll probably have to take out, I think there's a pretty heavily armored dude here with an FM 3000 UM, and then there's another guy around here. You might want to snipe them before, because that'll alert everybody though. So once you do that, there in this guard shack, there's a little button on the top of the table. You'll just have to use your what is it, L2? No, L1 for your senses to light that up to show it. But once you're ready to sprint out of there, hit the button, and then these doors open up. And I think in the video, I wanted to do the video good, panicked, and I did the slide. I slid right into the guardrail, and they killed me. But if I just would have jumped, I think I would have made it through the doors. And then there's guys up on the top that if you kill, I don't think will alert anybody. So if you can get those guys, that would be a help. But it was a running gunfight, or it probably will be a running gunfight through there. But once you get through there, even if you die, what happened to me, I don't know if it was a fluke or whatever, but I died before I got out of the walls. But once you get that scope and that weapon, and load the last saved thing, though the scope and the FM 3000 UM will be in your weapons cache. So once you get it, even if you die. So there's that video. I think the better Russian scope is at the dam, but that hasn't opened up for me yet. And you can see I only have like these 2 points of interest, I think, are the maze. And the maze was just like it says, the maze was terrible, because it took you a long time to find your way out of that. It's really tedious, so I kind of just left those. I left a mission here. I didn't do that mission or that mission. So I pretty much got everything that wasn't as complicated. I don't think there's much in the maze. There's just, probably some maybe bullets or nothing much to speak of in the maze. Let me see. This is part of a mission, so I didn't go to that. So I've pretty much done everything. If you want to take a look, and this is all I left. Those are either part of a mission, like I said, didn't want to go to, but I got everything else. So that's why I've got like 60,000 in money. So the next video I made was the Vicop getting that sniper rifle, because I wanted to really use that one. Okay. So I've got the good scope. You don't really have to clean the suppressor. What else was I gonna... Oh yeah, let me show you where that's at. On the map. Okay, it's in the village. Now, let me go back to the journal. Okay. Act 1. Okay. I told you that the meeting the team open up the village. Well, it won't be too long until that you have, it'll take you right to the area where the Vicop sniper rifle is. So if you just want to forget about getting the Vicop right away, it's just a couple missions away and it'll take you right to it. And so let me take you there. So these right here, the Meet the Team and Big Fat Wedding, are pretty pivotal because you can upgrade your AK, and then the Vicop is like right there. But you can go early and get it, and I'll show you where to get it. Oops. Let me zoom here. Okay. It's right about here. That's where, after you go to the wedding, I think you'll have to go to a church. And then after that, if I've got it right. Anyway, you're on the run. Basically, there's a murder. Some kind of high-tech sniper just blew this guy's head off. And then you have to kind of get out of there before they question everybody. So then you end up right about here. You're in a cave right about here. And right about here, you'll see a crate, or a question mark and a crate right over here. So it will just appear here with you with Lydia. And then there's two guys you got to take care of. And then it wants you to go and I think go to this get rid of one of the main dudes. But before you do that, watch my video how to get the Vicop rifle. You're already going to be in that cavern, so instead of getting the guys or get the guys and you're in that cavern, you just have to turn around, go up the wall, and it's quite an ordeal going through the maze of walls. There's a lot of tricky climbing you have to do. But anyway, you get real high up and you go through this maze up and down and along these sides, jumping over. And then when you get on the outside of the mountain, then you kind of have to go around and then jump across this chasm. And it's like looks like 1,000 feet down. Jump there, go to another area where the crate of this Vicop is. Once you get that, that'll be your main sniper rifle if you choose, if you like this or not. But I think I'm going to play that for the rest of the game until I get the ES-25. So I'll have the video of that posted. It's the whole walkthrough, even getting out of it. But once you see how to do it at the beginning, you can just retake your steps. And so we got the Vicop. So at this point, you've got the sniper rifle, or at least that's what I wanted to get, and the FM3000 and also the AK. Might as well have it than not. You're eventually going to have to get it. Might as well get it now. So I've done a lot of missions with a compound bow. That you'll have to get used to that, but it's fun. So let's go into kind of more of the let me see. I went through the rocket base. I think the next things I want to get is the secondary weapon. I want to get the Herstal and the Origin 12. I've kind of never really taken to the shotgun, automatic, semi-automatic shotgun. So I'm kind of curious to get into that because I've used the FM3000 a lot on the very first go around. So I want to kind of see what the shotguns, the automatic, semi-automatic shotguns have to offer. So that'll be another video. The Wagram 21 is my main. I've had through the whole game, or as soon as I got it. This is my preferred weapon. The karambit, once it comes up. I love the bouncing Betty mine, and I'm just starting to use the noxious cloud. Before I would just use the grenade, but it's really slow. So silencer repair kit, you won't have to use that as much since this is an integral suppressor. But the bouncing Betty mines have really opened up some things. I don't know why I didn't use it before. I just didn't know how, or I just knew what the grenade was and I could throw it. I could aim, when I hold it down, I can aim it to throw it, but it's just too slow. This, enemies can walk right into it because there's a lot of even these points of interest that I've used the bouncing Betty mines more than the hand grenade. They have a little bit of warning to get away too. I haven't tried the gas much. So I went through the getting the buggy, compound bow, and extra mission. There's 34 weapons at the mine site, village, and the dam. There's 14 primary weapons, 10 secondary weapons, and 10 sidearms. You get to obtain 8 of them through the main story. Now, that you get the 50 cal, and I never did use that much, but whenever you have the Ghost Warrior, the ones with the black mask that look menacing, they will take a couple shots in the head to kill. Even though the 50 cals don't have a silencer, I'm seriously thinking whenever I have a mission like that, I might think about getting the 50 cal out. And I think that's coming up. Not here, not the quarry, but that you're going to need a real good scope and a real good silencer. And originally I used the XM215, the one that just you start out with, and you really need a tripod on this one. So that's in Act 2, the third one. So there's hidden weapons crates for the takedown recurve bow you can find online. I'm not going to show that one because hopefully you'll get the promo code and it'll just... That you can get right away when you start the game. So, yeah. Oops. So you get the buggy right away, and then this extra mission too. I don't see it. Before you even do the prologue. So I recommend doing that. Let me see, the main story, you get the Wagram 21, so I've got that. So you'll probably get it before, maybe it's the Remains of the Day or somewhere in Act 2. So you won't have to worry about waiting for a long time to get a good sidearm, because that's a really good one. Let me go to the weapons cache here. Yeah, 45 caliber. So that's it's got some good damage to it. All right. Hidden weapons crates. I think that's it. The rest of them, the rest of the Russian site, the Russian scopes, I should say, that I want to get is the 8-16-32. That's in the dam. If you got the hacking portion, once you get that, which I've just got it in Act 2. You can go back. Okay, here it is. You can go back and go to the mining town. Oops. You go to the mining town, which, let me do that now. Mining town. Okay, I think it's... where is it? It's not there. It's not there. I think it's up here somewhere. I think it's here. Anyway, it's yeah, I think it's up here. It's got a drone challenge, and you'll need the hacking to, because basically there's a group of 3 holding some Georgians, and then there's like a elevator shaft in this big old building, and it's got this elevator shaft, and you're gonna have to take the drone straight down and move around and turn off the generator down there with the hacking module on your drone, and then that enables you to do the up and down to call the elevator up, and then that's where that's where the Russian 6x8x10 scope is. So you really wouldn't need to get it because you've got a better scope than that. But I thought I might mention it. So I haven't got to the dam yet. I think that's it. Oh, the ES-25 side mission, loose ends. That, shoot, I don't know how far that is in. Wait, here, journal. I think it's in Act 2. Once you do a couple things, then it starts getting into a side mission. And loose ends 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then, or at least 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, loose ends 5. That's where you'll get at least my favorite weapon, ES-25. Okay. I think I've pretty much touched on my strategy here, and I'm only in Act 2. And originally, I did not know and did not research this at all. But as you get these points, it'll allow you to get certain abilities. See enemies through buildings in silhouette. So I just have to get some more points, and that's another thing. What I didn't do at the beginning was like sneak up and do sneak attacks, jump off buildings. I haven't found the opportunity to do a what do they call it? A chain kill. But I've done like double headshots and stuff like that. But the more intricate, kind of the neat things you do, the higher points you'll get. Your skill points for Sniper, Ghost, and Warrior. I get a lot of Warrior points when I'm using the FM3000 because I just kind of go up to them and just start, firing away. The Ghost, that's more like you're sneaking around and killing people stealthily and stuff like that. So do some different things. Even shots from your sidearm gives you points. So they will help you get all these great abilities to reload your weapon faster, 20% faster. Vision line of the sniper. If there's a sniper around, you can see a line. Just all these neat little abilities. Even where you can sense if someone's walking, the sound it'll actually look like a puddle of water. Like if you're in a building, it'll actually have like a little sonic echo, so you can actually hear and see where these soldiers are walking, especially when you get into the Dibora estates. Is kind of handy to know where they're at. And don't be afraid to go into places you've already done with better weapons, and that was kind of a neat trip to do that too. So I better cut this off, because I kind of went on a little bit long. So I think I touched through everything. That's my strategy. If you have any other strategies, if this took a little bit too long, I'm sorry. But do your own video, please. And show me how it's done. But this is the only way I could really kind of pinpoint where I'm at, and I just had to go through it slow. So anyway, thanks for you for listening. Come back more for other Sniper 3 videos. It's one of my favorite games. Just got the PS4, so if you have any other suggestions, constructive suggestions, let me know. Thanks.